All right, hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. We are now, I think, into the second week of videos, if I've counted right, of Terraforming Mars Colonies expansion. We're having a great time with it so far. Still think it's the best expansion in the game, especially playing over the board, as discussed in many videos. I'll do one more here today. Colonies are added to the game. They are places that you can pay a fee to trade with. If we look at Luna, for example, when you trade with Luna, depending on where this yellow square is, that increments once per generation, you get all of that money. Here, where you would only get $2, but in 1, 2, 3 generations, it would be $10 if we can trade with it. After trading with it, it goes all the way down to the left that it can, and then increments again. You can build colonies for a one-time bonus. Luna gives you 2 money production, which is just lovely. And every time you trade with it, you get $2. If you were trading with Luna every turn, a colony there is effectively worth 4 income. It also would make it so that this cube, this yellow square, cannot decrease to the same level as a colony. So its floor would be higher, and it would increment quicker. So if we're doing lots of trading, we want lots of colonies. They kind of are multiplicative in value. If you're just ignoring the colonies completely, you will still get some benefit from them as they slowly increment, and there will come a point where trading with it is just valuable. The cost to trade, we can't see it on the screen, but it is $9, which is very expensive if you're only getting $2 back. But you can also use 3 titanium, also valued at $9, or 3 energy. 3 energy seems to be like the most efficient or easiest way to do it. It feels great. You go around, you get all your bonuses, whatnot. Here as Poseidon, we'll get to start the game with a colony unless we end up picking Robinson Industries. For now, let's pick these production colonies. Though Europa, I have been leaning into Europa over heat, or even over, maybe we take a plant one for once. I'm not sure. Europa's interesting because it has income, and normally I'm low on energy to do trading, so I want to trade with it to get that up and running. Not too much here in terms of things that are helpful out the gate, but what do we have? Cutting edge technology, we love that. AI Central, potentially lots of card draw. Cards over 20 having some extra income associated with them is fine. Not any energy for trading, unfortunately, but still, it's better than a Robinson run. Especially the cost of playing with the colonies in play is that you have -2 income. So Robinson Industries, unless you can get some money on the first turn, your first couple of clicks would have to be to increase your money production and set up some of the metals. So it would be a pretty sad pick right now. So yeah, we could grab a little bit of everything. Is there a value or reason to go after the steel on the first turn that we could get from supply drop? Because I really wouldn't mind having AI Central up and running, and I could do that with some clever choices. I'm not so sure for now. Oh, let's go forward with the heat. Let's go forward with the science and maybe some card draw. I won't have TR fast enough for that to matter. We'll grab some earth stuff. And a card. Let's look at our game state here. Viral enhancers. That is a good card. And now we get a free colony. We could go to Europa, but usually Luna for the 2 income is just the best. And then what do we want to do? I wouldn't mind playing both of these cards, but that's not really doable. So let's start with a search for some better cards. Arctic Algae is great to know that we can get it. And some more science if we need it. And then we play cards with a requirement are cheaper. See, I would do that into Arctic Algae and then start grabbing oceans, but it doesn't quite work. I think we play nothing. We hold on to our $23. We keep everything open. The colonies are not much right now. We can get $4 from Luna, which is not worth doing, or a single money production. So let's just pass. It's a really kind of underwhelming first turn, shall we say. We have 1, titanium production and a little bit of heat coming in, but I think it's okay. Colonies give microbes. I mean, this is all fine, but I think instead of grabbing any of this, even with viral enhancers, it's really good. I think I'd rather just try and get these cards out. You know, it's hard to say. The things that I'm thinking of are, we would like to trade with Europa to get a power income for $9. I would like to Giant Solar Shade, which looks like it works out, but I want advertising first to get that extra income. So it's just a little tricky all around. I think we play the advertising. I think we have a titanium, so we're so good. And then we trade with Europa, and we get $9 for a single energy production. It's painful, but you need to get your energy up to 3 so that you can abuse the colonies and get the value out of them. So once again, we'll take a heat bump to get this set up. Mars University, we do love that. Carbonate processing, we like that. Energy, we like that. The problem is I don't want to play this because we don't want to lose our energy. Yeah. It's painful to buy so many cards. The answer being just don't buy that many cards and you'll be okay. But instead, I just continue to buy them. Still, I mean, maybe we play both of these. We steal an energy. That gets us really close to 3 energy, which is a break point. But I can't trade to get an energy. So then we take carbonate processing. And if I have the government push heat one more time, I'll actually get the next heat income from the track as well, which I think works out for us. Corona extractor for the energy would be incredible. Nitrogen rich asteroid. I've given up on a lot of plant tags already. I would still have some. Bushes is also really good. I think we just go lean though. These are some good cards, don't get me wrong, but let's go lean, and then can I get to Corona Extractor? That's the big question here. I have 1 science tag, so the answer's almost certainly no. Also, what would I even card cycle is the other problem. I almost need to get rid of Sponsored Academies, even though it's so many cards. I know that you don't have to card cycle when playing Mars University, but I feel an obligation to do so. The problem is everything I have is so scientific and I need this energy. So this is painful to cycle, but I do think it's the right call. This would give me $2, but I'd rather just cycle. Let's do that and see what we get. Dust Seals, again, I'd rather just cycle it. Even though I can play it very cheaply, I need to keep going here. Oh, in terms of the audit, let's just get back and look at our incomes here. Sure, I'll take this. 8 heat production means that the heat track is looking great. No Venus productions, and we've already played a triple Venus card is really tough. No oceans, but hey, look, Arctic Algae and now Lake Marineris. That's starting to look like a combo. The fact that we only have 1 colony in play is a little bit tough as Poseidon, but we're about to get our energy online this generation, so I think that overall, economically, we're kind of fine, but we could certainly be better. Bam, bam, bam. Instead of overpaying in titanium, our colony for Luna is ready. So what we should do is we should trade to Luna for 3 titanium. That's going to give us $13 plus the combo of money back. And that's actually kind of huge. Now I can play this without worrying about like a remainder problem. And I can also get my Arctic Algae, which means that the government can start helping me with some oceans. And I don't need to feel so bad about it. And we can start getting lots of value there. I think the government puts an ocean down here. We try and get along this bottom side. The 3 card spot was taken, unfortunately. I do like card draw for floaters and a science, but it's a little bit tough to get distracted so much. Maybe we do it just because we have a little bit of money now. And now, again, we can use our 3 energy and start trading like crazy, right? So we can get 6 plants here. This is up to plant income there. We could potentially even get a card on that first from building a colony on it. Not a card, but an extra bit of plant income. It's hard not to go for the AI Central. It's so set up, right? But this really feels like a great turn to build a colony here. Get a little bit of plant income. Turn around, trade with it. That's 6 plants plus a colony bonus of 1, so more. And we use our energy to do it. And then boom, 3 more plants ready to go. Next gen, potentially we buy another colony and get the ocean benefit. And Jupiter floating station, okay. That works with red spot to give us very consistent card draw. And we've got the heat, and we got some plants now. I mean, look, it's kind of coming together. Let's get another ocean. I wanted that spot to be good, but I guess we can put it here. We're just trying to get Arctic algae to give us as much as possible. Now, here's trade convoys. +1 when you make a trade. That's a really big deal. More heat. I don't actually feel like our heat is that far behind. Certainly doing okay. Let's buy the card for the sake of having it for card cycling. Again, I was thinking about doing a standard project for a city or a green or a colony. Am I trading? So this colony bonus is going up to 10, right? So if I do this, I have +1 when I go trade. So this colony is normally giving us 7. Now it'll give us 10 + 2, $12. And that is a persistent bonus that we get to bump the colony trade track by 1 before we arrive. Then we get an extra income for doing this. So let's build a colony on Europa. Gets us a pretty cheap ocean, all things considered. And then what? And then a red spot? We can probably afford to go after it. It gives us a card cycle, card draw, spin-off department. Ooh. So in that case, we get rid of you. Spin-off department is interesting. It gives us... Where is it? It gives us 2 income out the gate, and whenever we play a card over 20, we get a free card draw. So that could work with AI Central. It could work with Solar Reflectors. Not that I think Solar Reflectors is a great card for us right now, but... You know, there's opportunity, that's for sure. We need help with the oxygen and Venus and oceans and everything. So now we finally got a colony card, but we don't have any colonies left to build on. This is not one that allows you to double up. So we'll just take the giant ice asteroid. We will take this card. Throw greenery down. Okay, I'd love to play the giant ice asteroid. I'd love to also have spin-off department first. We can get a single plant income. We can get $9, or we can get 5 plants. Whew. $9 is enough to get up to this guy. It's a lot of plants. I think we do it. I think we trade with Luna. We get a bunch of money. We throw this down, even though we don't get to use spin-off department, right? Well, if I sold 2 cards, I could, is the worst thing. Or I could get the spin-off department, but there aren't cards I want to sell. Everything I've done, I've already cycled down to this point. But this is just so great for tempo. Here and then here. And then we can put a greenery down in a multiple adjacency pocket. We're back up to $18 from doing that. Which feels pretty good. We'll draw 2 more cards. I'm staring down Spin-Off. This Venus Magnetizer is a huge get for us. It really solves a lot of where we're short right now, which is Venus. So we need the government to push it once to make that card eligible for plays. And then we can start trashing our energy really quickly there. Again, cheap colony cards. We would have loved to have this game, but we did not. Cartel. I only have 1 Earth tag with no real intentions of playing another. So let's just continue. Venus Magnetizer. Where are the colonies? So this is like 6 plants. That feels incredible. We definitely want to trade for the plants this gen. Up here is fine. So I guess we're going for card draw. Playing a card over 20 gives us the card cycle. It gives us the card draw. We have another discount with Research Outpost, which is another card cycle. First we grab 2 though. Cheap Ocean, Space Elevator that we can't afford. It's probably too late for Space Elevator anyway. There just isn't enough time left to get the value out of it. Research Outpost, on the other hand, is a little interesting. There's a couple different ways to play that. Yeah, I think we do that. Get the discount. Throw it down over here. Take something like Solar Reflectors out of the equation. Industrial Center. I mean, you could do that for steel. You could do it for, I'll probably end up doing it for a card up here. Okay. Then we get a card next turn with our observations. Oh, the red spot. It's a play on the name of that card. We still need a little Venus help, so we'll keep pushing there. I don't think I have a floater card, right? Red spot. I guess I could get more card draw, and it's a science tag, so it's fine. And we have so many discounts right now that so many of these cards are, like, viable. Let's play floater prototypes. And cycle a card. Draw a card, cycle a card, draw a card, all that jazz. Conscription's quite cheap at this point. Floater mappers. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. I need to get my energy back up as well. First we trade, this time with Luna, it's for, oh, it even shows it. So from 7 to 10, so 12 bucks. Trading Legend. That's right. With 1 oxygen bump, we get the heat bump, which gives us the ocean. Like, all of this is ready to happen. So let's get an ocean for the plants. Put a greenery down. Get the heat bump. Get the ocean. I'm going to put it up here, just because that opens up this industrial center for another card. Yeah, Lake Marineris then. And this finishes the oceans. I mean, look, is it worth $4 to get a card from the top of the stack? I actually think you just take the money. I have so much card draw at this point that it shouldn't... One more card shouldn't be the difference. That doesn't mean it won't be. It just should not be. I'm trying to figure out if I play something like floating launch pads. Just because I have this card that's minus 16. So I need a card that's expensive enough to justify it. And now with that played, I don't need... What do I not need? I don't need energy. But I'd probably still take it. I don't know. It's all weird. Take this. I can take this. Because I want to buy cities, quite frankly, at this point. But instead, I'm just like chilling hard here. Jupiter floating station. I can give it a couple of floaters that have to go on to Venus cards. $23. Venus bump, Venus bump. I mean, we'll just get ahead on terraforming. Gotta play it straight for a minute. Take a little help on the oxygen now that the oceans are all done. Large convoy, media group. Yep. Even the immigrant city is a really cheap way to get in here. So we play the media group. We play the aerial mapper. Then when we air scrape, we get a bunch of mappers. So that lets us... I should have done the card draw first, of course. Card draw. Mass converter, Luna governor, some minerals. I mean, all of that works out. We use a floater to trade. Now 5 plants is looking pretty good. Heat bump. Honestly, this is a card cycle as well, and we have an extra ocean that we don't need. Luna governor is kind of a waste, but whatever. Trees, metals, cheap city that I've been waiting for. Greenery. We still have a whole generation, which, I mean, I guess isn't that much, but it's enough to really close the gap here. Get money per floater. We're like 2 heat production away. We are probably going to have Venus help from the government. Let's just pass. There's a couple ways that this could go. I feel pretty confident, but I need either a Venus or a heat bump help. I'll probably take a Venus. There's fewer Venus bumps in the deck. This enhances pretty easily. I'm thinking about sulfur research. I have enough to get a lot of cards from that. It's a bit greedy given the point of the game that we're at and the fact that we still need some heat, but I think we've got a good chance here. I actually don't know why I grab large convoy. It's kind of a snap grab, honestly. I don't need the ocean and I don't have animals, so it's not super efficient. Let's do the card draw here. Should always do the card draw first. I always say that. I never do it. It's one of those things you're going to have to get used to. Quantum communications is great in a competitive game as well. Money per thing in play. I just found a bunch of bonus TR in our cards, which is nice. So this card's useless. I'm just going to say this is useless, even though it's maybe or may not be. And then the question is, I mean, I don't have an animal. Do I gamble? I could probably win guaranteed here, but I think I gamble for all this card draw and card cycling. Right, is there nothing I can do here? Oh, like a nuke. Not a very pretty way of doing the rest of the heat, but allows me to play a bunch of other cards. Heather, that enhances. So Heather, Noctis farming. Large convoy still is not really worth it. We should trade with here, right? Yeah. 10 more bucks plus the colony bonus is 12 bucks. It just lets me play all this great stuff. Now, let's not lose the game by forgetting to do Venus. So that's great. Four TR is awesome. 2 points is awesome. A point and Jupiter floating station going all the way up to 4, which means I can get $4 per turn on this card. Play this card first. See what we get. Minus 1 point. Probably not. So, damn, this is a great... Look at this run, man. Look at all these greeneries. A couple of cities that are well placed with lots of greeneries around them. A lot of TR. I mean, come on. It's got to be enough. We did it. So that is a full terraform in 12 generations with all the expansions. It is 63 TR or more for the alternate win condition. We have both win conditions at the same time. And it's over 100 points. Let's frickin' go. I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Oh my god.